This is Saturday Morning Mysteries.
And we're your hosts, Alexis and Grace.
Hello, good morning, and welcome back to another episode of Saturday Morning Mysteries, where we're your host. I'm Grace.
And I'm Alexis.
And today, Alexis is back for her second episode of Mr. T, which is going to bring us halfway through the arc, which is crazy.
Whoa, I did not just realize that. Or I just realized that.
Yeah. So it's only going to get more. And it just continues to, I know we're falling down the cliff, like free falling down the cliff right now. Yet, I think at the same time, things just continue to escalate. So like the cliff is getting higher. Our fall is getting longer. Taller.
It's like one of those never-ending dreams, you know, where you're just constantly falling. And you look and the cliff just keeps getting, the top of the cliff is further away, but then the ground is also further away.
Yes, and I'm like, am I even moving? Who's to say? And that's how we're also coming into this today. Because again, as you all know, if you've been here for a while, we record in batches. We got busy schedules. We got things to do. So we just do a bunch in a row sometimes.
We live on literal opposite sides of the country from each other. Can't always just hop on and record whenever.
Yeah, we can't just meet up and do it. So by our third episode of the day recording, which this one is, we get a little squirrely. Yeah. So let's see what happens.
Buckle up, man.
Right, and take it away.
Thank you. I will. Let's do it. Episode 4 of our arc of Mr. T. The cliff is high, the fall is long, and today's episode is bonkers, and I just cannot wait.
I'm gonna be your number one. That's just reminding me of that.
And today's episode, bonkers, as was last week's. We've fully entered what I realize now is actually like the real true crime era of this arc and of our podcast for Real Grace. Where like I feel like these Mr. T episodes are going to be more true crime like adjacent than any other show we've done so far, even more so than Scooby-Doo and shit. Like this is crazy. It's definitely
based on real crimes too. Like a multitude of real crimes equals this show.
Yes. So we're just going to jump into it. Today is from season 1, episode 6. It's called The Crossword Mystery. Oh. And, for our purposes today, we're not going to start with Mr. T, giving his little lecture and his monologue. We're going to straight up true crime this shit here. Okay. I don't actually remember if he does even. No, he does. He gives like his little opening speech in the episode. So I've seen some episodes where he actually doesn't do that. And this one he does. Oh, okay. Fuck it. It doesn't matter. Here's where we're starting for our purposes of the podcast today. Okay. This case begins in sheer terror and panic, and none other than New York City, at the Statue of Liberty, which I multiple times throughout this script typed out Statue of Liberty, common issue for me and Grace, we talk about all the time, yes. And at the bottom of the statue, we see a crowd of tourists standing, but also looking up towards the top in fear as they watch someone. Trigger warning, guys. No. Sorry about this. It's about unaliving oneself. Yeah.
What?
They see someone standing on top of the crown of Lady Liberty, freestanding, arms out, extended, seemingly getting ready to jump.
No.
To end their life.
And is that everyone's like panicking below?
Yeah, people are like, oh my God, no, help, somebody help. Oh my God, what's happening? People are
That's me right now out about this scenario in the children's show. Yes. No, someone help, what's happening?
What's happening? Stop, please. No. Yeah. Yes. So naturally, a bunch of like rescue teams and law enforcement are like zooming over to the island and closing in on the island, trying to take control of the situation.
My God.
And also trying to take control of the situation is our favorite Mr. T, along with Robin and Woody, his star athletes, as they rush up onto this island off of a boat, and they too look up and see that the person on top of the statue is their dear, beloved Priscilla Bisbee.
What?
So,
Mr. T should have let her drive in the last episode. He's always kicking her out of the chair, being like, "You're not good enough at this."
She's pissed. You never know, man. She was at the edge already, and that sent her over. You got to listen to people. You have to give attention to people and take care of them.
Pay attention. Oh my God.
So the gang, it's crazy. The gang rushes inside, or at least these three, they rush inside of the statue and they run up to the top of the statue. I guess I've never been there before. I don't know. So either there are no elevators or the elevators are broken or something. I don't know, because they decide to take the steps and they are now racing against the clock to get up there in time to save their friend. But since I imagine that it takes a while to run up to the top, let's kill that time by explaining what the hell led to this scary turn of events and what the fuck is going on here.
I forgot that, because when you said I'm going to full true crime it, I was like, oh, she's going to start in the middle and then restart at the beginning, but I forgot about that because I was so caught up in what was happening. And I was like, the episode fucking starts like this?
Thankfully not.
That was really
You're
effective.
Smart. You know me. Yes.
That was extremely effective because I totally forgot that you were doing that, and I was like,
true crime in it, yeah. And that's why I said that too. I was like, I'm going true crime on this. I'm not going to do cartoon mode. I'm doing true crime.
I forgot.
That's the best place to start it to get your attention.
I completely forgot, and I truly was like, the episode opens.
But also, like, you were surprised, but you also had a small, like, inkling of belief that it did open that way.
Yes.
Because you're like, yeah, this show is crazy. Like, you had to, like, suspend disbelief for a second. Like, the episode starts that way.
But only barely.
Like, yeah, right. But you're like, yeah, okay, this episode definitely starts this way. It's
I really didn't suspend that much disbelief, honestly. I was like, yeah, they would.
Yeah, that's how they start it. Yeah. Nope, that is how they end it, and we will get back to that part at the very end.
Still not a good ending. Yes, still not a good place to be.
No. But good on you clocking that. And yes, for everyone watching or listening or watching this podcast, you'll notice if you go watch the episode, that is not how it begins, but it got your attention, didn't it?
It got me good. It got me real good. Good job.
So it really did all begin that morning. Not in New York City, but, and this is why I had to do the episode, in Washington, D.C.
Oh. Home, baby.
Home, baby. I had to, and I had to really hold myself back from being like a kid throughout this entire episode, so I'll ignore it. There are some geographical discrepancies, we'll say. Yeah, but fuck it. It's cool. It's fine. It's Washington, D.C., and the team is there relaxing in their hotel the day after a meet, or like during a meet. I guess it's a multi-day meet, and they've got some downtime. So the core members, obviously, Woody, Robin, Jeff, Kim, Spike, Miss Bisbee, Mr. T, and of course the dog Dozer, they're all hanging out in one hotel room. I'm pretty sure it's Miss Bisbee's room is like the hangout spot. Cute. Just kind of passing time. Like a couple of the kids are playing cards. Mr. T and Spike are trying to like get some things packed up, like some of the equipment together. You know, Woody's making a call back to his parents to let them know how the meet went. And like, hey, we made it here. Fine. Everything's good. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for checking in. And Bisbee, meanwhile, sat nearby in a chair doing her daily crossword. And the crossword is in the newspaper called the Montclair College Crier, which I think is like a college newspaper. And she has proudly completed this crossword. Like, she does it to completion. She's done it every day for the past 2 years. So it's like a part of her daily routine is getting a copy of this newspaper, doing the crossword puzzle.
Okay.
But she was having trouble trying to figure out one of the answers in it. And she's like trying to ask the kids, like, hey, do you have a second? Hey, can you, anyone want to help me? But like everyone's just busy buzzing around.
Everything you say about her, I'm like, what's the thing that's gonna?
What's the thing? What's the thing? Oh God, I should say. What was her 13th reason? What was her 13th reason?
Oh my God! Right. We know this isn't a joking matter, but this is how we have to handle this matter. So
it's a cartoon. Everybody, it's fine.
It's gonna be a day she doesn't get the crossword. It's been 2 years. It's gonna be a day she can't find the newspaper. It's gonna be a day she can't complete it, or is everyone's ignoring her? There's so many.
Is it just the stress of DC? I get it, girl. No,
but
like, whoo. So. Yeah, and it also get very like Home Alone vibes when Kevin's trying to like ask for help and everyone's packing and just ignoring him and just like, go away, Kevin. Like, you're so mean. Like, why can't you get anything right or whatever? Obviously, they're not saying that to Bisbee, but it's the same vibe of like, Yeah, she's asking everyone, and everyone's just like, oh, sorry, we're playing cards. I can't talk now or whatever. And Woody's like, I'm on the phone. Hold on. Give me 1 minute.
Yeah.
So thankfully, though, eventually, once Woody got off the phone, because he is a very nice young man, he looks at Miss Bisbee like, no, I'm sorry. Did you need help with something? Were you asking me for something? And she's like, yes, thank you. And she's obviously the person that she wanted helping her too, because we all know Woody's probably the smartest one. Kim is smart too, but Woody's like a different kind of smart.
Yeah.
Kim is like encyclopedia knowledge smart, whereas Woody is just like, oh no, I got you, like street smart, common sense smart, and just intelligent.
Yeah.
So she asks him, okay, do you know a 13-letter word for a system of law? It's the one word I just can't figure out here.
Well, you definitely got to ask Woody. He was going to be a lawyer one day.
Also, exactly. And why I, embarrassing, was like, I have no, what the fuck word? Like, what word is that? I have no clue. But Woody then, without even taking a second to think it over, he's like, oh yeah, try jurisprudence. And then it was like,
obviously, Alexis. Oh my God,
that's
don't
13.
let the ABA hear you say that.
I know. That was like the first question on the bar. What's a 13 letter?
The bar is just
word
a crossword.
For a system of law. God, I wish, man. I passed the bar. It's fine. Anyways, so I was like, God, I wish it was a crossword. Maybe I would have passed then.
And then you're like, wait, I did.
Wait, I did. Never mind. I'll take it again, though. So, so Woody says this, try jurisprudence. And at that moment, Miss Bisbee's face just like entirely froze. Like she just goes stone cold, 1,000-yard stare. And she stood up from her chair, dropping the crossword puzzle and like the entire newspaper out of her lap. And she just slowly walked into her bedroom in this like hotel suite. And a few seconds later, she emerged from her room with her hat on and her suitcase in hand. And without saying a single word, without making any eye contact with anyone, she just walked right on out of the hotel room. And Grace, please tell me what you want to say, because
first of all, how much do we know about Miss Bisbee? How much do we know what she was doing before she became a bus driver?
Mm-hmm.
Is she a sleeper cell? Is a Manchurian candidate?
You were asking literally every single correct question right now. Every single one of these, the kids all ask these questions too, and in this moment they're asking to like what the fuck is going on?
Are her initials MK perhaps? Is there a ultra in her name anywhere?
In there somewhere.
I don't know, crazy question, but maybe. What was she doing in the 60s and 70s exactly? Does she remember? Who does she know? Who is she?
Who is she? Not where is she, but who is she?
What do we know about Miss Bisbee? Nothing. She drives a bus. I will say in a future episode of mine, she like her driving, she's been through some shit kind of thing. Goes down.
Oh yeah, I can vouch after talking about my episode today. Yeah, this is a Bisbee centric true crime story right here. Like
oh God, and she ends up at the top of the statue. How does she end up in New York? Oh my God. What do we know about Priscilla?
This is why I started that way, because
the curious case of Priscilla Bisbee.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
This is curiouser and curiouser it gets, Grace.
Okay.
So for a moment, the kids and Mr. T were just like, they see all this happening. And they're like they're like, well, we don't really know anything about her background, so I guess we don't really have any question to like, or any reason to question, like, what the fuck? Yeah, we're just kind of watching her, like, she's being a little weird, but what the fuck? And when she actually leaves the room, everyone just like sits and looks at themselves or looks at each other like, why did she take her suitcase?
Yeah.
They're like, maybe she was just going for a walk. And then Mr. T is like, you need better eyes. Nobody takes their suitcase on a walk. Or like, I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he says.
Okay.
And so he tells Spike and Dozer to stay put in the hotel room and asks the rest of the team to go with him to chase down after Miss Bisbee and like stop her, figure out what the fuck she's doing, what's happening. Or, hello, hi, ma'am, hello. But by the time they get out into the hallway, like, a few seconds had gone by, so she had time to already get onto the elevator, and the elevator door was closing.
They walk out, and like if there's like little like bulletin boards, the papers are just like kind of like settling down from flying because she moved so fast through. Just like she's like the wind.
Yeah,
she just goes so quickly right now. Where's she going? You just see like a flutter of her skirt enter the elevator,
exactly, like go around the corner or something like that. You like hear a like the hotel service people like rolling a cart up to her room, just like something knocking over it because they bump into her. And then when they turn the counter, the guy's like on the floor, like she went that way.
And again, just the wisp of her skirt.
Exactly. Like you smell her perfume, but it's like flying down the hallway. The
clack
like,
of her heels, just barely. They're like, wait, always too distant.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so the gang sees that the elevator has already gone down a few floors. So they're like, shit, we got to run and take the stairs. Everybody, let's go. They run down the stairs and Mr. T is like skipping like full flights of stairs. He's like jumping, grabbing onto the railing and swinging around down. Yeah.
These kids are just fucking slow.
And the kids... Because the rest of the kids are like multiple steps behind him, just like slowly taking one step down at a time.
Nah, he's taking this shit seriously.
Nah, like he might as well just like done a straight up like Batman move and like, the straight middle down. Space in between. Yeah, just like go straight
Honestly,
down. He could have. I trust him to do that. So they see that the elevator has gone all the way down to the garage. And so that's where they're taking the stairs all the way down to. But when they get down there, they see like no sign of her at all. It's just a pitch black garage. It must be super deep underground because it is daytime outside too still. And I was like, damn, what the fuck hotel is there? Again, me being a DC resident, like, well, actually
there's no hotel.
Garages are very well lit in DC. Anyways.
Not in the 80s.
That's true. Actually, you're 1,000% correct. So moments later, as they're standing in this dark garage, looking around and seeing no sign of Miss Bisbee, they find themselves absolutely blinded by bright headlights that are coming directly their way. And only seconds after that, they find themselves ducking and diving out of the way of their own team's charter bus, being driven like a bat out of hell, the whole bus. And she like flying out of there. Like you hear the freaking like tires like burning rubber. Yes. Yeah. And she's like making turns and shit. And so the bus peels out of that garage and the gang obviously ran out after it. And they just like hailed the first cab that they could find that was sitting by their hotel. And as soon as they get in, they tell the driver just like chase after that bus. Hilarious in DC. It's like, bro, there are charter buses everywhere.
Which bus?
That's what he says, basically. Like, Mr. T threatens him, basically, at some point, because the guy's like, who the hell do you think you are?
Yeah, I'm not going to follow. What?
Right, but I forget what Mr. T says, but it's obviously something very threatening. So then the driver's like, okay, yeah, I'll chase it. Pick a bus. I'll chase it. Tell me, whichever bus you
tell
want.
Me.
That bus? The first one we see? Which one? Because I'm like, yeah, there's buses fucking everywhere. In DC, especially like star-spangled, colored, red, white, and blue buses. Right. I see them like 5 a day, literally. So unfortunately, the confusion from, the cab driver being scared and not knowing which bus to follow, seeing that there are a lot of others with like American flags painted on them basically nearby, it causes the gang to fall a little bit behind in this chase. But thankfully, or maybe not thankfully, maybe Miss Bisbee's erratic driving just like is leaving a wake of like destruction and like bad traffic. So there's like cars, like fender benders and cars veering off of the road from where she had to like, exactly. And at which point watching this, I jokingly thought to myself, and anyone else who is in DC listening to this episode now would also say, probably just a Maryland driver.
Hey, you used to live in Maryland.
I did, but I always
think you're better than that now. You're not better than
no, actually, I use living in Maryland as an excuse to drive badly sometimes when I lived in Maryland. And my brother does the same thing. He has Maryland tags. And whenever he does something like kind of dickish on the highway, he's like, I got Maryland tags. And nobody cares because it's known they have the worst of all drivers. So eventually, though, the cab caught up to the bus. They found it sitting just in the middle of an intersection a few blocks away from their hotel.
Okay.
And so Mr. T hops out of the cab. He tells the kids to stay there just in case anything. I mean, one, he's going through an intersection with cars
there,
and everything,
children.
high volume traffic. Yeah, intersection. And so he runs onto the bus to see what the hell is going on with Miss Bisbee and to like get her out of there and bring her back to safety. But when he gets on the bus, she was nowhere to be found at all. Just gone. The bus was entirely empty. So she just left this abandoned bus in the middle of the road. And there's like cars like all like fender benders again and shit, just like total backlog, traffic jam, like
about to be Priscilla Bourne instead of Jason Bourne. She's gonna wake up on the run.
Mission Impossible, like your mission, if you choose to accept it, Priscilla, is to drop this car off at the middle of Constitution Ave and I don't know, like 14th or something street. So at this point, the gang is like, oh wow, this is deep. This is going very, very poorly. Like
we just have more.
We're about to get a lot of traffic tickets for this bus.
Yeah,
this is bad.
I hope she's gonna pay for this.
Yeah, right. Whose expense account does that come out of? Or just like,
where is she?
Yeah, that too. Where did she go? And so Mr. T tells Jeff and Kim to go back to the hotel to watch Spike and Dozer, because remember, those two are still there.
Yeah.
So they're like, you two are on babysitting duty while Robin and Woody, you guys come with me and we're going to search the nearby, like the National Mall or whatever is nearby.
Yeah.
Maybe she went that way. So at first, when Kim and Jeff get back to the hotel, they're a little bummed. At least I think Kim is, maybe, because she's like,
to go on the mission.
Yeah, like we just have to babysit. That's lame. But Kim quickly realizes that, okay, this actually might be a good time to like search the room for evidence, because obviously whatever happened to her started in this room. So there's going to be some clue here that we can use to figure this out. And one of the things they noticed first was that Miss Bisbee took her suitcase and hat, like I said before, but that she left all of her other belongings behind. So like Spike goes in her room to look around for stuff and he comes out with like a handful of all of her clothes, her hair stuff.
Pack her suitcase. She
didn't pack her suitcase, just an empty suitcase. Or maybe whatever was in her suitcase at the time, but it's not like she fully repacked and was planning to like go back home or something, which again, why wouldn't she just tell us if she did that anyways? But so very, very strange. Yeah. Then Kim picks up Miss Bisbee's crossword puzzle from the floor and she starts looking at it closer and then thinking, because Kim, I guess, is maybe the most like empathetic of the team and actually has talked to Miss Bisbee about her interests and personal life in the past, unlike others who we find out here soon. And she's like, this can't be right. Miss Bisbee always finishes this puzzle. She hasn't gone a day without finishing it in 2 years. And she was in the middle of it when she started acting so strange. So Jeff asks where she even got these crosswords from. And Kim told her, remember, it's called the Montclair College Crier is the newspaper that it comes from. And so Kim tells Jeff that Miss Bisbee actually used to teach at Montclair College. I assume it was her job immediately before working for this youth nationals team, basically, youth gymnastics team, and that she probably started doing the crossword puzzles while she worked there. And like, that's the connection. Like, you know, she still gets her old employer's newspaper, whatever. I don't know. So they look a little closer at the crossword puzzle and they notice that it was created or like written by a man named Professor Richards, who is a professor of psychology, presumably at Montclair College. And Kim told Jeff that like she remembers reading about the college and she knows that it's not too far from where they are now, I guess in Washington, D.C. And that their best bet now is probably going there to actually get some answers and to find this Professor Richards. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. But so here's the thing. Sure, maybe. So here's the thing. Because I was like, you know, I doubt that they used a real school for the name of this school, but like, let me look it up. I know there's no Montclair College in D.C. There's a lot of school names you could have used. I understand not wanting to use an official one, though, to not get caught up in a lawsuit. So I did Google it, though, and there is a Montclair College in New Jersey. I forget where in New Jersey. Maybe it's Trenton. I don't know, which is like a less than 5-hour drive away from D.C. and also close to New York City, which again, she ends up in at the end of the episode. So we're going to just, for the sake of this episode and because it's funny to think about, we're going to assume that this is Montclair College in New Jersey because the idea of Kim and Spike and Dozer and Jeff just like leaving DC to go to New Jersey just makes me laugh so fucking hard.
Right, they're like, we got to go. And they're all just sitting on a bus for 5 hours.
Yeah, right.
Just like,
but also like, I guess when I first watched this, it didn't really dawn on me that Jeff and Kim might actually be like at least 16, if not 18 years old. But I was like, are these like 14 or 15-year-old kids just hopping on a bus and going to New Jersey by themselves without telling Mr. T?
80s were crazy.
That's a problem. That's wild.
Yeah.
So for the sake of those lulz, we're going to pretend this is Montclair College.
This is why all the cops just thought every kid was a runaway.
Yeah.
Like these would be missing children. But in this single case, they did just go to New Jersey.
They actually
interview some random guy.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, but
and also, you don't know anything about this guy.
Yeah,
psychology professor. You're clocking all the notes. Yes. So, still though, back in DC, while our B team, we'll say for this episode, is making their way to New Jersey. Down around like the National Mall and the Tidal Basin where all the monuments are and everything in DC, we see Woody, Robin, and Mr. T just like running around searching all over for any sign of Miss Bisbee. And they go over to the Lincoln Memorial because Mr. T says he thought he saw her. It's like you said, just like see her skirt like floating. Like around a corner.
Because she's like an all white too. So she's just very like ghostly kind of thing. Like, very fancy.
Like hauntingly moving through the city. Yeah. So they go to the Lincoln Memorial and they do see her walking up the long set of stairs that lead you into that monument. And by the time that the three of them like run up the stairs after her and get inside of the monument where like the actual statue is, they see Miss Bisbee and two other people, a man in a brown suit and an older lady with like gray hair and kind of a frumpy dress on. They see those two and Miss Bisbee all standing together, like shoulder to shoulder to shoulder, just standing still and silent and all just like same exact eyesight angle looking up at the Lincoln Memorial or like the actual statue itself without like no blinking, no
Someone
talking.
Grab her. Shake her. Get there now. But be careful. I don't know what she's going to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's going to do back to you, but grab her.
So the kids, they call her name, at least. Like, I guess they don't grab her. They're still, coming up the steps. But they yell her name, they shout her name and everything. But instead of responding to the kids, like she turns and she looks at them, but then she turns back and she just slowly walks closer to the statue of Abraham Lincoln. And nearby it, or like off kind of to the side of it, there's some scaffolding because they are literally always renovating the monuments here, except it would be closed off if there was just like open scaffolding. Hey.
Right. As next to
Anyways,
Lincoln
not to be a actually kid, just saying.
But we need a couple of them. Get a couple of them in.
Let me just get them out now. And that's probably the last. No, there's one more coming actually, but that's it. So she just like walks up to this open scaffolding and basically just like pushes it over or like, like shakes it so that like there are these big barrels and all of these tools and stuff sitting on the top shelf. Yeah. And like it all just starts falling off. And there is a very large group of young kids there, obviously like tourists on a summer field trip.
Elementary school.
Very young kids, exactly. So all of this stuff is about to fall from high up directly onto these children. Them. And Woody, Robin, and Mr. T, they just immediately jump into action. And they're like, all right, well, we got to save these kids before we get Miss Bisbee. So they save all these kids. They like scoop them up and do all their gymnastic moves out of there, like cartwheel.
With Woody the kids like in arm.
Yes. Woody has a kid like hanging on him like this, like a baby on his front. And he literally cartwheels out of the way with the kid like holding on to him. I was cracking up. It's so fucking funny. So they do that, but obviously in all of the chaos of saving these kids, Miss Bisbee and these two mysterious accomplices of her are able to get away.
Okay.
But in all of their time running around this monument, one of the teens, I think maybe it's Woody, I forget, says that before they ran up to try to grab Bisbee, he overheard some mysterious man in a phone booth nearby. Like there's one at the base of the monument, basically, or like at the base of the steps. There was a mysterious man, and he heard him say Bisbee's name along with the names Phelps and Reyes. And then he also said Smithsonian Institute.
Okay, now we're heading next.
Boom. They guess that, yes, their next stop is probably the Smithsonian Institute. And that's right, Grace, just for you, we're going to the museum.
Okay, but I'm just so distracted. Is about to be National Treasure?
It's like it doesn't hit the same when all this is going on.
Yeah. Right, because I don't assume they're not there for a heist unless she then goes to New York City with her things. It'll ground
you're gonna love the rest of this episode.
It'll
Grace.
Ground me to be at a museum.
Yes.
I feel centered.
In your happy place again. In your happy place.
Safe. Okay.
Yeah. You're whole. You're here. You're home. Remember, our blanket tropes, our security tropes.
Yes.
Our security tropes.
I'm cozy. I'm safe now.
Exactly.
Museum. Okay.
And so they go to the Smithsonian Institute, specifically the castle. If anyone is familiar with the quote unquote skyline, to the extent there is one, of DC, everyone always remembers the massive castle looking building there, which is the Smithsonian Castle. And here's my last actually moment. Take a deep breath. So they go to this museum, quote unquote, but actually the Smithsonian Castle is just an administrative office for the Smithsonian Institution. It used to be the original museum when it first opened back in 18 whatever, but then they started building new museums outside of the main property and bought more land outside of the main property and put all the actual exhibits. As early as, so the first... so they bought other galleries and stuff. So I don't know actually when the admin moved there, but it basically hasn't really been a museum since maybe the 40s or 50s.
Oh, okay, so long before
explicitly a museum. Yeah. And in fact, one of the thing that they see in this museum specifically, which I'll get to in a second, was actually moved out, or the museum that thing is now in was established in 1920 something. It's in the Museum of Natural History.
Okay,
so it was not.
Is it Giant Dinosaur?
No.
No.
Okay. That is also in the Museum of Natural History. You'll see.
I know.
Oh, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
Okay.
So,
I do love actually about a museum too. So great.
And I'm a big Smithsonian nerd as someone who loves going to museums and can do it for free in DC. So I go all the time. And I was like, well, actually, the museum is not in there anymore.
That wouldn't be a museum.
I did have to look it up though. I was like, but maybe it was in 1983. But
that's why
I don't think it was. Yeah, I think by the 80s it was mostly just offices. There may have been some small exhibits in there, but it hasn't been a full museum for decades, if not 100 years or so.
Yeah.
So anyways, I think that legit is I'm skimming through. I was like, no, there might be one more. But
it's going to come up.
So the gang, they go to the castle to chase after Bisbee. And when they get there, the place is absolutely packed because it is a Smithsonian museum. They're always packed, basically. And also because there just happened to be an exhibit on the crown jewels of the United Kingdom, I guess, maybe, which actually I realized I just mixed something up in my brain. I'll get to it in a second. These are not on display in the Museum of Natural History. It's something else that I mentioned in a second.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Just also a classic. A crown jewel?
Crown jewels.
I take back what I said of it not being a heist because we're back. We're back, baby. I thought they were just going to on their way to New York City for some reason. But okay, you say crown jewels? The CJs are there?
The CJs. The CJs of the UK. The CJ UK. The UK CJ. Yes.
The UK CJ? That's here? Okay.
It's there. They're there.
I have a feeling I know what's going on. Well, at least the goal. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but
you see exactly.
I see the goal.
Like you said it yourself. Oh wait, this is definitely going to be a heist. There's no other reason why they would bring that up if they weren't about to be fucking riggedy ripped out of there.
Exactly.
Imagine them shit. So, and I have to just say, super weird though that these would ever be on display in the United States. we've talked about the crown jewels on this podcast a few times now, and I know we've gone into like the history and the lore of them. Exactly. I had to re-pull up the Wikipedia page and skim through it. Like, was there any time where they were just like traveling around the globe? And I was like, I don't think so. Especially not in 1983, most specifically, like when this show came out. So super weird that those would be there. And what they should have made this heist about instead, which is what I got confused on before, was like the Hope Diamond, because the Hope Diamond is literally permanently on display in the Museum of Natural History in DC. And that's like super fucking valuable. So like,
I wonder if just the name recognition is different.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, they could have named it anything. Like, I don't know, the Magnificent Diamond. Yeah, anyone will know that that's something that someone is going to want to steal. So, anyways, I think that is legitimately my last actually moment of the episode. Yeah, we'll see. So, anyways, the gang, they spotted Miss Bisbee making her way, obviously, into the Crown Jewels exhibit at the museum. And as they're moving through this massive crowd, like they're trying to like kind of push through people and push past everyone to catch up with her, they are stopped in their tracks and frightened when they hear the fire alarm start to go off. Like ringing through.
Isn't this what happened at Blue? Didn't they set the fire alarms off? Did they?
Wait, no, I thought they did it when it was closed. I mean, I guess they could have still set the fire alarms off, though.
No, at the Louvre, it was open when they stole everything.
Was it?
Yeah, it was the middle of the
I never
day.
actually looked. We're going to have to talk more about that case. I never actually looked into like all the facts of it because I was just so excited.
It's the middle of the fucking day when it happened. I don't know if they set the fire alarms off, but I feel like...
The only thing I remember about that case, and which sounds crazy because it just happened, but I just remember like the highlights of like the super hot guy who may be a detective, but was actually just some random like young man who just like wearing suits out and
just
about.
A hottie.
Yeah, he's just a super well-dressed, good-looking guy. And then how like the actual thieves themselves are like legit supermodel level hot.
Yes, and it was like
oh. And then I forgot all the facts.
Aren't thieves.
I know.
At the Louvre?
Of course they are.
You know, it was the
could not get hotter.
Middle of the day.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's why I was laughing because I was like, did they do that too? They learned from this show. I can't remember if they did or not, but anyways, hilarious.
They did because it makes it funnier.
Fun.
So, the fire alarm is going off, and then just seconds later, all of the lights in the exhibit go off as well. The museum just goes entirely dark.
It's dark,
and you hear this large crowd of people like actually going frantic, like screaming, saying, "What's happening? What's going on? Oh my gosh!" And they're like trying to rush their way to the nearest exit, like pushing past each other even more. But Mr. T, Robin, and Woody the whole time, like, yes, they're trying to fight through this crowd, but they also keep their eyes on Miss Bisbee.
Yes.
And they continue to push their way against the crowd to get to her. But as they get close to Miss Bisbee, they can't believe their eyes when they see she is the one straight up opening the case that is holding the crown jewels.
Again, what do we know about Miss Bisbee?
Not enough.
Not enough.
Because she just tosses that whole crown just emblazoned in jewels, just tosses it right into her empty suitcase before escaping. And so the gang tries to sniff out her trail a little bit more. They're like, she's gone now. She runs away because they can't push past the crowd, but they still go into the room where she just was and like examine the now empty case that was holding the crown jewels.
Looking for clues, yeah.
And later throughout the museum, as they're like trying to get out of there, they notice the strange man that they saw speaking on the phone outside of the Lincoln Memorial. Talking about Miss Bisbee and Phelps and Reyes, these three people. And so Mr. T pins him down basically and like forces an explanation from him. Like, yo, where the fuck is she going? And it's funny, like he tries to explain like the what and the why, but Mr. T is like, I don't want what and why, I want where. It's like, you can explain to me what the fuck is going on after you tell me how to get my friend back. Exactly. Yeah. And so while he is pinning down this mysterious guy, Woody and Robin were able to chase down the other two accomplices, Phelps and Reyes.
Oh, okay.
because they were the ones who were off in other sides of the museum, like setting off the fire alarms and triggering the lights to go off. Okay. Yeah, while Miss Bisbee actually stole the crown jewels.
Okay.
So when they bring those two over to Mr. T too, they're like, we got these guys. They were super easy to get though, because they're like out of it. They're dazed almost like Mrs. Bisbee was. Like something's wrong with them. So the mystery man at this point tells the whole gang that they're too late and that his and like his partner in crime, I guess you'll say, their master plan is going like clockwork. Miss Bisbee has the crown jewels and she's already on the way. He's explaining this to them and she's already on the way to the next destination. So Mr. T applies a bit more pressure because like I said, he doesn't care about the what or the why. Yeah. He's like, I just need to know where. I don't care. Like, I know you're obviously up to no good. Tell me about your crimes later. Where the fuck is Bisbee going so I can go get her?
She's safe first.
Right.
Okay.
And so the man, he gives in and he's like, but none of this was my idea. It was all the professor's crazy idea. Professor Richards. And he also...
psychology professor?
The psychology professor.
Who these children
are
on the way to see?
Mm-hmm. But that Mr. T has no idea they're on the way to see him. And they have no idea, the kids that are on the way to see him, that this guy is actually some evil crazy man who is obviously up to something nefarious.
At least trying to steal some crown jewels.
At a minimum, yes. Okay. And so the mysterious man who's being pinned down by Mr. T also tells the kids and Mr. T that Miss Bisbee is now taking the crown and all of its jewels to Penn Station in New York City. And that's all he knows right now. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, like we just said, half of our gang, our quote unquote B team, the B team of the A team. They're still the A team.
Yes.
They're, actually, they may have taken, I wonder if they took the bus. I actually think they might have taken the bus because it's funny when Mr. T broke them up and was like, all right, Kim, Jeff, you go back to the hotel. He did tell them, like, Jeff, drive the bus back to the hotel. So my guess is they're like, I'm driving our way on up to New Jersey.
Yeah, Spike's sleeping on one of the benches, like on the bus.
Yeah, just hanging out. Dozer's just, chilling, looking out the windows. So, yes, they have made their way up to Montclair College so that they can have a word with this Professor Richards, who they still don't know has anything to do with this other than that he is the author of the crossword puzzles.
Crossword, okay.
But when they get to his office, they get there and he's not there and his door is closed, but it's not locked.
That's an open invitation.
Exactly. Basically, it's an unlocked invitation.
Unlocked invitation. Walk on in.
Invitation. Exactly. And yeah, they basically say, like, I mean, this is kind of an emergency. Like, we should just go. We'll just go in. It's fine.
We're just going.
We'll go in.
We're just kids. Cool. We don't know better.
So, yeah, we don't know anything.
Innocent.
So they go in. And they straight up start rummaging through this man's office, trying to find any information that they can
what are they
about
looking
him.
For?
They don't even know. So
yeah,
I think it's almost like there's just like a wave of kind of good luck or just happenstance things that happen. So like I want to say on the professor's desk is actually a picture of a group of people, one of which is Mrs. Bisbee.
Okay.
And so they look at that first and they're like, oh, hey, there's Miss Bisbee right there.
So she knows him.
And that's when she knows him. Exactly. And Kim reminds Jeff, like, yeah, remember she taught here. Like, she maybe they worked together. I don't know what she taught, but I'm sure she knew him. Exactly. And so they look at this picture and then they look at the back of it and they see like the names of some of the other people in the picture. And one of them is named Professor Reyes and the other is named Professor Phelps.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, of course, Professor Richards is in that picture somewhere too. Yeah. And there's a few others, but those are just the ones who they name. And then they rummage a bit more because something in the picture, I think the back of the picture has a number on it. And they're like, oh, I wonder if that's a file number. And there's this massive file cabinet behind them. And so they look and they find that file number and they pull it out. And this file is chock full of information about Miss Bisbee. This is when they finally learn about their bus driver. Yeah. I never really know what to call her because she's so much more than just a bus driver. This is Bisbee. She's so much more. Their team mom, basically.
Yeah, truly.
So apparently, good things that they find about her first are that her college grades first.
What do they find next?
It always starts nicely before it just, again, the cliffs, Grace, the cliffs.
We're falling.
They get longer and longer, deeper and deeper.
Free falling.
And I'm free. Not Bisbee's not, that's for sure. So,
no.
Bisbee excelled in college. She was like a merit scholar, or, she was Dean's List, whatever, great student. She had a solid athletic record. In addition to being a gymnast, she also set the record for the half-mile run at their school, which I guess is a thing. That's cool. And then in her free time, she also enjoyed reading detective novels and, of course, doing crosswords. And hilariously, at this point, Jeff is like, detective novels? She's just like me. I had no idea.
Well, maybe if you fucking talk to her,
get your head out of your ass. Yeah.
Because pay attention to one other person for once, Jeff.
Right. Maybe also, just once.
Mm-hmm. I am, as you start reading this, being like, so why does he have a full ass file about her like this?
Good question. Keep going. You don't keep files about your coworkers in your office?
Believe it or not,
I know every single high school sport and college sport that all of my coworkers, their grades,
how they did their
random pastimes, their favorite thing to cook. I know it all. I keep that shit under lock and key.
I need to get my shit together. Okay.
Yeah. So then they find the more disturbing files that are included in this this folder on Miss Bisbee. They learn that Bisbee had participated in a psychological experiment, MK Ultra, at the college 2 years ago. And Jeff reads kind of like the notes that obviously Professor Richards has taken on this experiment. And he says, quote unquote, upon reading or hearing the trigger word, all subjects will carry out a series of post-hypnotic commands.
Oh, God. Oh,
in addition to realizing how little they know about their beloved Bisbee and how much they take her for granted, because they're like, damn, she's actually super cool. We should have been asking her about those detective novels like years ago.
Whole life.
After that, they realize that, but they also realize that she is clearly fully under hypnosis right now and being mind controlled, basically, obviously by Professor Richards.
Yes.
And this obviously explains, too, why all of her actions are so abnormal.
Yeah.
Jeff reads deeper into the file.
It continues?
And it continues. And he learns that the trigger word is jurisprudence.
Woody.
Woody.
Stupid genius. We've only known.
They obviously, like us, remember that this was the last word anyone said to her before she zoned out and left them. But they read more. They read that Bisbee is still going. This is actually the worst part of it, too. Save the absolute worst for last. They read that Bisbee is supposed to meet Professor Richards in New York. They don't know why, but for some reason.
Okay.
And more disturbingly, they learn that Bisbee's final command in all of this post-hypnotic stuff was to, quote unquote, destroy herself miles away from the crime so there'd be no connection.
I'm sorry, what?
Destroy herself away from the crime so that no one would be able to connect her with the crime and with obviously Mr. Richards, Professor Richards. Yeah. They say all these words.
Really chill for
super a Saturday morning.
A Saturday morning, already an episode about MK Ultra. Let's just call it what it is, right? Okay.
Just call it what it is. I mean, I think by this time they cracked down on MK Ultra, but there were remnants. I'm sure Professor Richards worked for the government at some point.
Yeah. Got some grants from them.
Yeah.
Was the only successful one apparently at it.
No. Multiple people. We see the three of them, but I think it's implied that there's more than three people who he's got under mind control. Yeah, because like he has a lot of files. There were a lot of trials, and there were a lot of other people in that picture that they saw of like Phelps and Reyes and Bisbee and
he's making that crossword every morning, deciding when to trigger.
I know. Ooh, yes. Okay. But that also made me wonder too. I was like, man, how did he know that someone would say the word out loud to her? Or I wonder if even just reading it or thinking the word triggers it. Yeah. So, oh wait, no, you're right. I literally just said that. Upon reading or hearing the trigger word, all subjects will carry out. Okay, thanks. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. How did he know? Yeah. But in this case, it was spoken out loud to her.
Yeah.
And it triggered her right into the post-hypnotic state. So
with the worst possible
to destroy herself at the end
of a hypnotic state. Yeah. You really unnecessary. You could just be like, and then leave and then flee. Or take the blame.
Or just take the fall. Have her just to kill. That's wild to like have her end her life. Especially because it's like, I mean, maybe you were faking being her friend, but like this was your colleague. This was someone you knew for a very long time. It's not some random stranger. Not that makes it better or anything, but like how
and to destroy them forever?
Terrible do you have to be?
Yeah.
To do that to somebody. And also just the idea of mind control is just so fucked up.
Right.
Anyways, like the whole lack of consent of that goes without saying, but
he started from zero in this thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
And just made it worse by, again, instead of just being like, and then they take the blame for it and they won't remember that I had hypnotized them. So they would never draw it back to him to begin with.
Right. Yeah. Because if they're mind controlled, they have no memory.
Yeah.
Like they won't know. And I don't think, I don't know. Maybe they go into it, but part of me feels like whatever the psychological experiment was also not consensual. Not in the way that like they were strapped down to chairs or something.
Right,
but I think maybe
tell them what it actually was.
Exactly.
I'm just experimenting with hypnosis for like psychotherapy.
Or not even hypnosis. Maybe it's just, I don't know, like if, let's say that he used the stereotypical coin, waving a coin. He probably was saying, I'm just trying to understand the psychology of like the way that the eyes move along with something or like, predictive things. Yeah. Like there's so many things you could think of.
Because that's what I was going to ask was like, does she know that she went through this experiment? But like, definitely not.
We don't know, but it does not seem like it.
Definitely not.
Yeah. Yeah. And in fact, like in the end of this, like, she seems very just like, I have no fucking clue what was going on. You think that if she knew she was going through what she was going through, that she would be on notice. Well, she would be on notice to say no.
I don't want to do this. Thank you.
Not.
Yeah. You know what? Thank you so much for asking. It's going to be a no for me.
It's a big no for me, dog.
Yeah.
So speaking of dogs, at that moment, Professor Richards happens to return to his office.
Oh, you don't want that
accompanied
after learning.
All of
this. Yeah,
no, I don't want to come face to face with this monster. With this Please no. And even more horrifyingly, he is accompanied by 3 full-sized Doberman pinschers ready to attack. Neither the professor nor the 3 Dobermans are at all happy to see that these kids are just rummaging through his office.
Yeah.
So
you know what? You should have locked your fucking office. If you had top secret materials in here like this,
left your office.
You should have locked his office.
Oh, I thought you said left. I was like, what? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, true.
But
you should have locked that. Which very true though. You have like very illegal shit in your office.
Yeah.
Or like incriminating shit at least. That should always be locked.
That shit should have left your office. Yes. And gone somewhere else.
That should not be. You should not be mixing this all up with your work life.
No.
Now Montclair College is about to go through the worst litigation of their life because they are now partially responsible because he's probably doing this on university grants.
Yes, in their lab.
Out of his university office. Exactly. In the university laboratories.
Well, I mean,
research facility.
That did happen during MK Ultra. Universities got funding. They didn't know what the full experiment was, but they got funding for pieces of it. I don't know. Just saying, okay.
Remember how we said this is when the arc turns into real true crime territory last
week?
We're
here. We're in it.
It continues.
It continues. Wow.
It's all based off of real world shit.
Wow. Okay.
So the professor is not happy to see them in there.
Right,
but at first, he does congratulate the kids on their cleverness because he also overhears them going through everything.
No. Yeah.
And he's like, yep, you guys figured it out. Basically, now that you figured it out, you're not allowed to leave this office.
So you never want to hear that. You want to hear denial.
Exactly.
And then you agree with the denial.
You guys are so wrong. You guys are so wrong. And you've never seen my face before, so you can get out of here. That's the only thing you want to hear.
I didn't even see that file. What file? You don't even have a filing cabinet.
What is a fillet? Never heard of it.
Oh my God, what good dogs do you have? Bye.
So cute. Look at the little Dobermans. They're so cute.
They're so cute. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
No, he basically yanks those files back out of like Kim and Jeff's hands.
Yeah.
And he backs away and he says to them that his plan is already in motion and the kids are too late and that he's been waiting much too long to let anything get in his way. So the professor, he backs out of the office, but not before sicking the Dobermans on the kids and Dozer. These snarling, like, dogs are in the attack position, just ready to jump as soon as he tells them, which makes this guy even worse by making these dogs attack people.
Making these dogs bad.
And they're beautiful Dobermans, too. It's like, Anyway, so Dozer, thank God, he's there. He is able to like fight off a couple of the dogs himself, one dog v2. Thankfully they don't actually fight. They're just like growling at each other and he scares them because he's like the Mr. T of dogs. Yeah.
Because exactly.
Now, that's actually what happens with 2 of the 3 Dobermans. Okay. But the third one is actually like chasing Jeff and Kim and Spike around this office.
Do they have the file with them?
No, Professor Richards took it back. He was like, give that to me now, basically. Damn. Yeah, I know that would be their leverage, but no. Yeah. So these other Dobermans or the one Doberman is like going wild, chasing after them. And the kids basically have to like climb on top of a bookshelf to like stay away from it. But it like bites Kim's ankle and like rips her shoe off, basically.
Oh, God. Poor Kim.
Yeah. Thankfully, she doesn't get hurt, I guess, because she's just like, oh, it took my new shoe. And then they just like hop around on the bookshelves to get out of there, basically. Okay. But yeah, so they do eventually get out of the office safely. And they're like, okay, we need to, as quickly as possible, follow Professor Richards up to Penn Station to save Miss Bisbee. Again, they're in the dark on like why they're going to New York because they don't know exactly, but they just know that she's going to meet him there. Exactly. They don't know about the heist. They just know that Miss Bisbee will be at Penn Station soon, so they need to get her. And at this point, all of our cast and characters basically like, what is fate? They all convene at Penn Station. Yeah, they all converge onto Penn Station around the same time. We see Bisbee walking through Penn Station. Obviously, it's very, very crowded, and she's got her briefcase. And her stay at the train station is very short because all she does basically is she walks in. She opens up like a storage locker there, which I guess you can probably rent if you're going to be there for a while. She puts her suitcase in there, locks it back up, and then she just walks away, in that like super hypnotic state.
Onto the last section of the...
That was her second to last task, which sounds... I don't like saying it that way. That sounds really
dark.
Sorry for that.
No, her last task ever. No.
Yeah, right.
Like that.
And so then a few more moments go by, and the camera is like still focused in on this locker, and we just see the crowd like waving in front and, past it and all of that. The wave of crowd, I should say, going past it. And then we see Professor Richards walk up to the locker. He unlocks it calmly, takes the suitcase out, like, minding my own business. Don't look at me. Yep, excuse me. And he closes it and locks it back up, and he walks out of there.
Shit.
And meanwhile, we've got all of our teens and Mr. T and Dozer and everything. They've all arrived too, like I said. And Dozer is sniffing out Professor Richards, trying to hunt him down. And like the team is still separate. Like they're all at Penn Station, but they're not working as a team yet. Basically, they like bump into each other as they're like chasing Richards down. And they're like Spider-Man meme. Like, what do you... Mr. T never shows any concern as to like, hey, Jeff, Kim, why the fuck are you guys up here, by the way?
Get here?
He's just like, hey, good, let's go get him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Professor Richards, yeah, he's like running all through this the train station now because he's like, oh shit, all these kids and Mr. T are on my tail. They see me. And he eventually runs, I believe, like up to like the roof of the building. Probably another helicopter somewhere waiting. I know, I was about to say,
does he jump on a helicopter?
Like unfortunately not. I think he's just trying to hide because he goes up there and there's nothing there except Robin and Woody, who jump.
Worse,
which is actually worse. That's why, yeah. That's terrible.
He's because dead man.
Robin basically just like yanks the suitcase out of his hand. I guess he doesn't want to hit a kid, which is good of him, but the kid does not fucking mind hitting him because we just see Woody come from off screen, Grace, with like both of his knees like I know you watch Teen Titans, but there's like that funny ass meme of Robin like jumping off of a skyscraper
and like the knees are like in like a squat position.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, dude, you didn't have to do all that. That was way too fucking much. That's literally what Woody does. He like comes off screen out of nowhere and just like boom right into Professor Richards' back. And then just like lands on him and tackles him and holds him down.
Hey, Woody cares about Bisbee. They are friends.
I was like, Professor Richards is never going to walk again.
No, that man is paralyzed now.
He's messed up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, Woody is big. He's a tall kid.
Yeah.
You know, he's a gymnast. He's muscular.
Strong as hell.
When you see, like, the velocity at which he came in, I was like, oh, Professor Richards, man, good thing you don't need to do a lot of walking where they're sending you, I assume.
Yeah, you stay in one place here.
Fine. Yeah. But they take him down. Hilarious. Like the little clever assassins they are.
Truly.
He's like pinned down to
They're
the
real
now.
MK Ultra agents. But they know about it.
They know it. You don't have to trigger a word to like put them in that state of mind. That's
the trigger word is actually to calm them down.
Yeah, exactly.
To get them to normal level.
So Mr. T and the others, you know, Kim and Jeff and all of them, they run up onto the roof too. And they now see like, oh, cool. Woody and Robin have this under control.
Yeah.
But Mr. T does start to interrogate Professor Richards, like, where is she? Where is Bisbee? Tell me now. I need answers. And tell me also how to like break the spell on her.
Yeah.
So Richards tells them that she was on her way to the Statue of Liberty. And all you have to do is stop her. All you have to do to stop her is say cancel and she'll snap out of it.
That's not that easy.
Well, at least it was easy.
Yeah.
Honestly, this guy's got a lot on his mind. The last thing he needs to do is to forget the like trigger word.
Yeah, another trigger word.
Yeah, just make it
so
easy.
True.
So they leave him there. He obviously gets arrested. I guess they call the cops. But the next thing we see is all of them taking off to go to the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
Where we are now all caught up and waiting to find out if Mr. T, Woody, and Robin make it to the top of the statue before poor Miss Bisbee jumps off. And then the rest of the kids are just like on the ground with the crowd, like freaking out too. Like Spike is like, oh my God, he's like covering his eyes.
Someone turn Spike around.
Literally, he should not see this at all.
No.
But thankfully, they make it. Mr. T, he swings open the door to the top of the statue and he just starts immediately yelling like, cancel, Bisbee, cancel. Yeah. Just like saying it over and over.
Yeah.
And Bisbee does slowly come out of her trance and she gains some self-awareness.
That guy could have lied to them about the word, by the way.
True, which would have... Oh my God.
He could have lied to them about that.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
I'm
just saying, he could have lied.
Yeah,
and they wouldn't have known until that moment, until it was too late.
Mm-hmm. And then what do you do? Then what? Like,
just tackle her and hope you don't fall off with her?
Maybe, yeah. But they absolutely would have because once Bisbee comes to, she's on the literal edge and she looks down and sees this when she like wakes up, quote unquote. Yeah. And she just immediately faints because she's like,
oh, that's not good either.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. So it's like, even if they tackled her, or like tried to grab her, they all would have just fallen anyway.
Oh my God.
Because she was so close to the edge. But as she's fainting, thankfully, Mr. T, he was able to get close enough to her where he grabs her by the arm before she fully slides down to her death. And she's like dangling, like he's holding her and she's dangling. He pulls her back up and like carries her just like a little baby, carries her away, and he's just like, what does he say? It's actually so adorable. He's like, that's not the right way down, Bisbee. Come on. And she's just like still passed out in his arms, though.
Boy, oh boy.
And then they go right on back down the stairs. Yeah, boy, oh boy, that is not the right way down.
Wow.
So the next day, they're practicing. They still have their gymnastics meet.
They're winners. Alexis.
This is how you build a winning mindset and mentality, okay?
Nothing.
This is how you do it. And Mr. T tells them that, like, anyone want to not participate today?
The B team is slowly unzipping one of their jackets, and Robin just, like, grabs the zipper, like, I don't think so.
No.
Zips it back up.
You have no idea what we've seen. We got to work out this stress.
Truly.
Like, waiting to do the pommel horse. I can beat the shit out of that thing.
Show something.
So they're just, hanging out, practicing at the gym or whatever, wherever this competition is being held. And they're kind of just running back through everything from Miss Bisbee, who, again, it seems like her memory is totally... You want to hear a crazy story about something that happened yesterday?
Crazy thing happened yesterday. Mr. T, do you want to take it?
Yeah, take it from here, bro. I'm going to practice my back handspring.
I got to go do the thing.
Go and do that, coach. So they explained to her that Richards and his co-conspirator, like that random mysterious guy who they saw at the museum and everything, they have both been arrested and put in jail while awaiting trial. Good. And the other hypnosis victims, Reyes and Phelps, are both safe and okay. And it seems like they're not going to have any charges against them for anything either. And as it turns out, the reason why Professor Richards had to wait 2 years to trigger the hypnosis, which you kind of mentioned earlier, like, got to wait for the right time. Well, the reason that it had to happen now was because he knew that he had to wait for the crown jewels to be on exhibit nearby or like somewhere in the United States. So it was the whole goal all along. Okay, exactly. Game. Yep. So he set up somebody else to carry out the crime. And then the plan is to get rid of that person, allowing him to get away clean, basically. That's, in my opinion, wild plan. A lot of variables that have to line up perfectly for this to work out. Risky. Like, they're lucky that that Mrs. Bisbee was in DC at the same time.
Yeah, she'd have to travel.
Like, what if she was
there?
Exactly. Like, is she capable of buying a plane ticket in that state of mind?
Right.
Is she, if she had been in like California at the time,
how is she going to get there?
Exactly. Okay. Like, are Reyes and Phelps already there too? Or are they just going to be standing around waiting for her until she gets there? How? I mean, I guess he knew that she would do the crossword, but like, also, did he really know?
The whole like a lot of stealing of a crown jewel type of thing, like you're not going to be able to resell it.
No,
like that thing is like when it's too hot to ever resell.
Way too hot.
So you're just going to have to melt it down or something, and then no one's going to believe you.
And then lower the value of it.
Yeah, no one's going to, you'll still get money because it's a nice jewel, but, like, no one's going to believe you that it was the crown jewel. And even if you said that, they wouldn't take it because no one's dumb enough
to, like, oh, fuck no.
Spend something
I'm not trying
that
to get
big.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and I mean,
it's
like you could remove the stones from it, but still people are going to recognize the stones are like the jewels themselves.
Exactly. I mean, you won't be able to do anything with this.
Like, the only reason to do that is straight up, like, your own ego and vanity. Like, I stole them because I could and I wanted to, not because I actually want to sell them and get rich or do anything with them.
Which I feel like is definitely his goal based on the fact that he told people to end themselves after this. Like, he doesn't give a shit about other people. It's just
very good point. Yep.
Wow, this guy's
so
psychopath.
Yeah, he needs... Actually, I don't know if he needs help. I think he just needs a high voltage chair.
I think he just needs a quiet place away from everybody, where, especially people he could hypnotize.
Yes.
Forever.
Yeah. Because that's, and again, when you think of like the long con of it all, like how premeditated it all was.
Yeah.
Like at least 2 years in the making, if not even more.
Well,
like he had to come up with a plan before. I mean, I guess part of me is maybe wondering, maybe which one came first, the chicken or the egg, right? Like, did he get the grant funding so that he could do this, or did he start on the experiment and realize, this is actually working?
It's working. I can do anything.
I can actually do exactly whatever I want. It was premeditated as hell.
Yeah,
exactly.
Sure.
Either way. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So Bisbee says that all of that summary that the kids gave her explains why Professor Richards was so interested in her crossword hobby over the past few years. And the kids use this as an opportunity to introduce her to a new hobby. They're like, speaking of hobbies, let's find you a new one so that this never fucking happens again in case there's some other trigger word that we don't know about.
Yes, that you don't know about.
And they basically just hand her a stamp collecting notebook. And they're like, how about you change your hobby? We thought you might be ready to change your hobbies. And adorably, she is actually very, very excited to get this, which makes me think that Bisbee is just happy when anyone cares about her or pays attention to her. Exactly, includes her in things. And she's like, oh, thank you so much. I can't wait. I'm so excited to get started on this. And so the kids now, they have a newfound respect and appreciation for their kindly old bus driver. Aww. And they're all just happily celebrating another job well done and another life saved and another case cracked. Although I have no clue how they did in this gymnastics meet. Probably won. We know they're winners. So
yeah,
the end.
Trauma fuels them. Wow. Great job.
Thank you.
That was bonkers.
Mm-hmm. What a ride. All the way up to New York City and back, which from DC, not too bad. But when you're a kid doing it by yourself without your chaperone knowing, bad, very bad.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That was a lot. I had a lot of twists and turns that I did not see coming, and can't believe they said.
You predicted a few things, though.
Let's have her jump off the Statue of Liberty at the end of
this. Jump off. Yeah, why not? Let's have her. Yeah, delete herself. Is that what they called it? I think they said she's gonna delete herself, destroy herself. Sorry,
and come to terms with. Fine, chill. Kids are fine with this.
Yeah, and like I said, although it's not the very first scene of the episode, I painted it out to be here.
But
you do still see her
at
some point. Exactly, that is fully a scene of her on the edge. Arms out, looking down. She you can see pain in her eyes behind the just glazed over. She just looks so sad. I'm just
that's so unnecessary. They could have found her before that and said cancel. They could have easily made that what happens
anytime. Yeah, she could have been walking up the stairs, but nope, they had to take it there because
they did not need that.
Mr. T demands metal in everything he does. He's like, this episode's not metal enough. I'm going to need y'all to
We're taking
up those stakes a lot.
Yeah, truly.
Take her
the
to the
need to be
top.
The highest.
Yes.
Ooh, great job.
So, thank you. And in light of all this mystery, Grace, which fool did you pity the most?
You know what? I pity the curator from the UK. I'm sure that's who came up with the idea of taking these on tour. And the UK was like, no, we've never done that before. They always stay in country. And he was like, it's a great idea. It's great PR. Nothing bad will happen.
So much money.
And then the first stop in DC, in my head, it's the first stop. They immediately get stolen. So I pity that fool for thinking it was a good idea.
Something tells me he did not live much longer after that. Could you imagine being the reason why the royal family's crown jewels were stolen?
His career ended real quick. He was no longer.
You are no longer the curator.
No, definitely not. What other fools did you pity?
I pity the fool who drives a cab and has to frantically chase after a bus after Mr. T or any very threatening action star yells at him, just telling him to do what he says. I pity that fool through DC traffic.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Poor man. And then to just, at least he got out of there easy though. They all just left him. I think they paid him. Maybe. Honestly, I would have been like, just keep your money, dude. Keep your money. Yeah, I'm good.
Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me.
Yeah, please just get out of my cab now if you're done. I have kids. I have like 5 kids at home, please.
I love them, please. Yes, I don't pity him. Good.
And then now to really conclude it, Grace, who should the lovely listeners and viewers tell about this podcast?
I think you should tell. I feel like we've done a cab driver before.
Yeah,
so I'm going to say an Uber driver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tell an Uber driver. Yeah,
basically the modern day cab driver.
Exactly. They definitely got to be listening to some stuff to.
Absolutely. I feel like actually every time I take an Uber, they have an earplug in, and they're either on a phone call or like listening to a podcast or something. So
exactly.
Hello. Maybe that's who's listening to me say these very words right now. Hello. Yes, please.
Who else should they tell about our show?
Then you should tell someone who really likes to travel by train, if you know someone who does. Yeah.
Nice.
And
good.
Tell them to keep a lookout. If you see something, say something at the train station. You never know. You got to help. See people sneaking weird suitcases in and out of lockers and everything. Doesn't hurt to just maybe raise an alarm with someone.
Keep your eyes peeled. Nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
So we'll be back next week with Grace's second to last episode, her third episode of Mr. T. And we'll start winding down on this arc eventually. But until then,
bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Saturday Morning Mysteries.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share, rate, review, leave us a like, and drop a comment. We post episodes every Saturday and bonus tune tangents whenever we feel like it. So please subscribe so you don't miss the shenanigans.
And if you want to follow us on YouTube, click the bell under the YouTube subscribe button to receive notifications when new videos are posted.
And if you want to subscribe to the podcast, we have no idea what you're listening to us on, so just hit the big subscribe button on whatever app you're using. We believe in you.
Give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram at SatmornMist, all the abreves, and let us know if you have any episode or show requests by emailing SaturdayMorningMysteries@gmail.com.
Thanks to Jenna Kendall for the logo design and to Ava Sakiki for the music used during this week's episode.
See y'all groovy kids next week on Saturday Morning Mysteries.